Hello everyone, how you guys doing today? Today I wanted to talk about resolution and graphics and how I personally do not care about graphics and resolution. And I know we live in an era now where that's basically the most important thing in video games now. Everyone cares about resolution and graphics and I feel that it takes away from the substance of video games, and it takes away from the possibilities and the things that you can do in video games. And since gaming developers are so focused on graphics and resolution, it kind of takes away from the quality, because a lot of times video games nowadays, the story isn't all that great. Not that there aren't any games now with great stories, there are, but I just personally feel that people are too focused on graphics and resolution. The game is gonna be good anyway, and besides, it's not that big of a difference anyway unless you're actually just paying attention to it. And either way, I feel that a game in 720p is still visually nice. I mean, I would personally go back to a Nintendo 64 game and enjoy it, because I don't care about graphics and all of that other stuff. And you can tell in the past there's a difference between games that are made now and games that are made in the past. They focused more on the story, they focused more on features in the game and the things that you can do in the games. They focus more on that. Nowadays it's more so focused on graphics, so they had to cut down on something. And even though it may not be blatantly obvious what it is that they cut down on, but I think that most of it has to do with the reason why video games don't really have a high replay value anymore. You play the game, you beat it, and it's like, okay, I beat the game. And then the stories are a lot shorter now, and it just takes away from it. And recently people found out that Watch Dogs won't be in 1080p 60 frames per second on the PS4. So now everyone is pissed, like, oh man, it's not going to be in 1080p 60 frames per second on the PS4, and PC gaming's play on 60 frames per second 1080p just fine. How come the consoles can't? And it's like, why do we people even care? They just enjoy the game. Sit back and enjoy the game. I'm pretty sure Watch Dogs will be an okay game, and it's not going to be that bad to the point where you can't even play it. Because I can see if the game was just playable, and just terrible. I can see, if you were glitching through walls, or if the I don't know, if it was just so bad that you can't even tell what are stairs and what are part of the wall and everything, then that's a different story. And if it's playable and if it looks okay, then I don't see what the problem is. I mean, why do people care so much about resolution and all of that? I just want a game where I can do a lot of things. The replay value was really high, the story was great, the music was good, the soundtrack. And I'm like, that's all that really matters to me. I personally, if a game is in 720p, I don't really care as long as it's a good game. And that's the thing, and I think that's what's wrong with the gaming community nowadays, that they're so focused on the wrong things, and it's causing the gaming community to suffer a bit. And the long gone are the days where you were able to just sit down and enjoy a game and just play it for what it was instead of what it looks like, and just enjoy the amount of effort the developers put into the game for you to enjoy it. That's just how I see it personally. I mean, I've never quite understood this whole hype. Now everyone is mad because the PlayStation 4 Watch Dogs won't be playing in 1080p 60 frames per second. But one thing I can say is that at first I can see if people are upset that Sony lied about it, because at first they said, oh, it's gonna be in 1080p 60 frames per second. Then they tried to hurry up and ninja switch it the next day and change it to say, oh, it's gonna be in 900 or no, something 900 and something p at 30 frames per second. And now everybody is just mad, pissed, like it's not going to be a good game now because of the resolution. I mean, I can understand them lying, but at the same time, don't make a big deal about it, because the game is going to be good regardless. You're going to enjoy the game regardless. So all of this fuss over graphics and resolution is really pointless in a way. Just sit back and enjoy the game just for what it is. And then with the games out for this current gen, even though they're not on console, they're not in 1080p and 60 frames per second, that doesn't mean that the games are going to just look terrible. You're going to be able to play it, and I'm pretty damn sure you're going to enjoy the games just as you always have. It doesn't even matter at the end of the day. And I kind of wish developers would just focus on other things now. Like, yes, make it look okay for the current gen, but also focus more on the substance of the game, the story. Focus more so on the replay value, the amount of things you can do in the game, the features, menu options, stuff like that. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this commentary, and if you agree with me or if you wanted to put in your input, put it in the comment section, and have a nice day.